stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Aggedor, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. I hope, indeed I pray, that we shall not be found unworthy of our victory if after toil and tribulation it is granted to us. For the rest, we have to gain the victory. That is our task. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duty, and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its commonwealths last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
We shall not fail or falter. We shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools, and we will finish the job.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
I'm an Englishman. I'm from Bermondsey, southeast London. My father was called George. He was also from Bermondsey. His father, another Bermondsey man, was called George too. And his father, my great-grandfather, is from the same place. He was called Edward. These 3 generations of my family were in the fish trade. I'm the first member of my family not to work at the market in Billingsgate. My great-grandfather had 11 brothers and sisters. They all married, except one. They had 43 children. Of these, 37 married. And between them, they had a further 159 children. One of those was my father. I don't know exactly how many of his generation married or exactly how many children they produced. I've so far tracked over 200 of them. Many still live in Bermondsey. Some are still in the fish trade. There are 7 called George and 5 called Victoria. I stand here in front of you as a representative of all of them. And I ask in their name the great question put by our patron, Mr. Powell. What do they know of England who only England know? Or, what can my family who come from England, who lived in England, who know only England, say of this, our country? Mr. Powell once spoke of the destruction of ancient Athens and the miraculous survival in the blackened ruins of that city of the sacred olive tree, the symbol of Greece, their country. And he also spoke of us, the English, at the heart of a vanished empire, seeming to find within ourselves, like one of our own oak trees, the sap rising from our ancient roots. And he said, perhaps after all, we who have inhabited this island fortress for an unbroken 1,000 years, brought up, as he said, within the sound of English birdsong, under the English oak, in the English meadow, beneath the red cross of St. George, it is us who know most of England. And I appreciated him for saying that, because it was as if he spoke for my family, who understand well their own country, who understand even better their own capital, London town, as we used to call her. As we strolled in her parks, as we marvelled at her palaces, as we did business in the city, went west for a dance, took a boat on the river, the pale ale and eel pie of old London. The London of my family, for as many generations as I know. The London that within 15 years will be less than 50% white. London where in 15 years a white person will be in the minority. Am I racist? No. Do I have anything against people of other races? No. Would I prevent them from coming into my home? No. So what then is my gripe? My gripe. And I speak on behalf of 7 men called George and 5 women called Victoria. My gripe is quite simple. My gripe is that we were never asked. My gripe is that we were told, not asked. And every day we are told again and again how we are to be and how our country is to be. We're told by them, and we know who they are. They're English too. They're the class that has always set themselves apart. They're the class that has always taken whatever they wanted for themselves. And now they are the class that is giving England away. They have never asked us, and they never will. Do we allow them to sell our heritage? Or is it time for us to speak? To speak. To refuse them the right to give away our holy, our bountiful, our only England that has nurtured us naked, grown us as the oak. Is it time for us that England know to come yet again and defend our country with our fire, our fists? Is it time for our sons to rise again? I say yes. I say yes. I say yes!
Yeah, you might have wondered why there was a short pause there, ladies and gentlemen. There was a reason behind it. I want you to digest exactly what that young man was saying. So anyway, that's why I just had a pause, just for our great listeners to listen to that gentleman's words. And this is how I feel. I was born and bred in London. And what he was talking about, that's how I feel about it, ladies and gentlemen. But without further ado, good evening and welcome to the English Defence League radio show, broadcasting live from blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League radio show, the truth and the voice of the EDL. Welcome to the English Defence League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell. And my wingman for this evening is Dave Agdor Milner. Our Jan the Tornado Rennie will join us as her schedule permits. Tonight we'll be discussing yesterday's successful and enthusiastic #Free Tommy demonstration in central London. Patriots were loud and proud despite some Sharia police violence and a few Antifa muppets fooling about like annoying gnats. Islam is still on the move, and unlike hope, not hate, there are no flies in us, as I say. Hope, not hate, anyway, if you think of flies and say, well, I'm not going to say. We'll tell the truth and shame the devil. No surrender ever. All that's necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing. Of course, that was Edmund Burke. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. And that was by the late great President John F. Kennedy. So we come to you tonight with heavy hearts, and as I say, we will explain as I bring this great gentleman, my wingman, this evening, Mr. Dave Agdor Milner. Good evening and welcome to the show tonight. And I'm sorry to hear what's been going on in the United States, brother. I'm really sorry for the loss of so many lives and so many injuries. So, yeah, Dave, over to you, brother.
Yes, good evening to you, Jeff, and good evening to everybody in the UK. And again, hello to everyone else. It's a sad day here when so many people are killed and injured. We have mass attacks in both Texas and in Ohio. There is we know now that as far as Texas goes, I have fewer details on Ohio, but we know that there are 20 people killed and 26 injured in Texas, and we also have the name of the individual who is going to be charged with multiple counts of capital murder. This individual has been identified to the Associated Press as Patrick Crusius, a 21-year-old from Allen, Texas. There is talk of a manifesto that this individual is said to have written. Honestly, at this point, Jeff, I have my doubts about that. This, just like the Christchurch terror attack, it seems just a bit too convenient for me that this guy has a manifesto. I have to kind of wonder if that wasn't planted. The thing is, listeners, we still do not have full and complete details about either of these attacks. And speculation, I think, has to come along with a little bit of responsibility. So I think I'm going to leave it at that and just say that, we offer our thoughts and our prayers that the Lord will give his comfort to the families, friends, and loved ones of those killed and injured in those attacks. And I just want to say that...
Was it 9 in Ohio? Am I right, Dave? I'm sorry to stop you there, Dave, but am I right that there was 9 killed? I'm not quite sure. This is just something that I heard earlier, so I haven't got anything in front of me, but I was just wondering if you got some information to say what the casualty count was there.
It very likely is 9 in Ohio, Jeff, and I just want to say that again, we're everyone is still getting details about all of this. And I really think that it is highly inappropriate for the political wrangling to come out already, the blame game, blaming President Trump for this stuff and things of that nature. It is in the nature, I think, of our Democratic Party to do this sort of thing, and I think it is highly inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Go ahead,
I agree, Dave. And if they think they're going to keep on this bandwagon of theirs and keep smacking President Trump, their days are not going to be very pleasant because Donald Trump's going to walk all over them when it comes to it. People see right through their charade, haven't they, and their evilness out there. People are not silly. They try to think that people are stupid or something rather, don't they, Dave? But people are not.
Oh, yeah.
People are not. And they see right through what they're doing. We know they're an evil bunch, don't we, Dave? And they will do anything
Yeah, we do, yeah.
at other people's expense, the lives of innocent people. It doesn't worry them, doesn't it? You know, they say,
you're right.
oh, but they've got these people, these Democrats haven't got no feelings. It's all about them and what they plan, their plans for the future. And I'm sorry, Dave, and I don't mean to be
Jeff.
as I am, but I've just got... They annoy me, Dave, because they're like flies on, on what we were thinking earlier, Dave. They're just like that, aren't they? Right. They are so annoying, or gnats, whatever you want to call it, Dave, while people are grieving and they're doing their political dance, it makes me sick. I don't just say to you, Dave, it makes me want to throw up. How could you be like that? There's poor people that's probably even fighting for their lives as we're talking on the show tonight, Dave.
Exactly.
And they play their political games. Wasn't it that something happened before and there were the politicians come there and people walks out. We don't know your political spill. Go away. Go away. And they did. They had to go because the people were so disgusted. Now, that's proven a point once again, Dave.
Exactly.
Once again.
Yeah.
They're like
it is.
vultures,
Jeff.
Dave. Vultures. There you go. That's a good one for them, Dave. Vultures.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that, Jeff, and that's the thing. I mean, it's the same, by the way, listeners in the UK, it's the same when you see the depraved indifference that the left and, sadly, too many people in the Tories and other parties show towards all of these young girls and boys that are having their lives destroyed by these Islamic rape gangs. It's all about the acquisition of power. They see this all as a means of gaining power, and it's disgusting. This was the thing,
whatever
Jeff.
the means may be, Dave. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
No.
Dave.
This was the means. No, man. Look, I can see why you want to talk about this because, okay, guys, you know that I take a 2 or 3 week break about 3 times a year. And by the way, that I'm going to do another one of those towards the end of this month, and we'll have some good shows up for you that are that will be encore shows and maybe a little something different for you. So don't worry, but we'll have something. But I began doing that stuff
put it
because
on the back cooker for you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry about it.
That's right. But I began doing that stuff, Jeff, after the Sandy Hook shooting a few years ago. Guys, use DuckDuckGo and go and look up the Sandy Hook shooting. This was disgusting. I mean, all these children had been killed, and before their bodies were even cold. All right, you had people out there yelling "ban guns," and it disgusted me so much I just turned the net off, and I had people who were about ready to send Burlington PD out here to do a welfare check on me because I just disappeared off the net. I just didn't want to have anything to do with the world after that. Look, this is the kind of thing people need to, when these things happen, people need to forget about their lust for power. I know it's difficult, lefties, to forget about your lust for power. I know you think you deserve it, but not when it comes to this. Okay, show some class. Okay, I almost said a curse word, Jeff. Show some class.
They can never show class because they don't know what that is, Dave. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that. And no class whatsoever, buddy.
Well, and that's what happened. That's what happened yesterday during the demonstration. You saw, Jeff. You know more about this than I do. You saw Sharia policing going on. You saw people trying to disrupt the speeches. Yeah. You saw people trying to disrupt the speeches. You saw Danny Tomo trying to defuse a situation, and then he gets attacked by the Sharia police. And I'm sorry, guys, but Jeff and I both agree on this. That's the only thing they can be called when they do stuff like this. Okay? This is the kind of thing. The violence is being promulgated by the left, and you see it all over. In the UK, you see it in the States.
They're devoid of emotion, these people are totally devoid of emotion.
Yeah.
When you see them standing and looking at our lads and lasses with the truncheons raised above their head, don't tell me there's any emotion on these people's faces, because there's not. It's total evilness. Evil. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I was only following orders, and so did they follow orders at the
so did Eichmann, and look what happened to him.
That was an excuse.
Yeah, exactly, brother.
Orders.
Yeah. Tell it, man. Tell it. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I love that. That actually came out of a book that I read by Roger Zelazny, a great science fiction writer. This guy tells him, well, I'm just following orders, and the character says, yeah, well, so did Eichmann, and look what happened to him. You nailed it, Jeff. You nailed it, man.
No,
There's a reason.
It's the truth, though, Dave, isn't it? It's truth. A little while ago, I called on a radio which we talked about, and we've actually got a grip from it. And I did say that it's the way that they look towards people like us, people who love our country, and they can stand up for our country. We're the enemy. We're the dissidents out there. We're just crap under their feet. That's what they're told. There was a report going back a while ago, and I remember it coming out, and I remember seeing it, and it was the way the police look towards us. And there was an expression that they use, a Latin name for cockroaches. This is how they think of us, Dave, of us, patriots, as cockroaches. This is what the police think of us.
Mm-hmm.
There was a written report about it as well. Yeah?
Oh,
We
I
are
can,
the enemy.
Yeah, I can believe that, Jeff. I really can. But time is marching on here, brother. And what I'd like to do before we get...
I'm on one already, Dave, and I've got a sore throat tonight as well. What am I like, Dave?
Yeah, well, so am I, man. I mean, extreme times like this, just kind of make us both go on one. But what I'd like to do, before we swing into the coverage of the Free Tommy demonstration, since we're almost at the top of the hour, is go ahead and run the SHR Media promo.
Really?
Yeah, we're getting close, man. Is go ahead and run the SHR Media promos, and then we'll come back and guys, we've got some recordings from the demonstration that you can hear on the other side of the promos. Does that sound good, Jeff?
Yeah, mate, that's pretty cool. Give me time to have a cup of tea, wouldn't it, mate? Eh?
There you go. Yeah. Okay, guys, this is going to be about 3.5 minutes. The English Defense League radio show is associated with SHR Media, which is in the United States of America, and they have good programs that you guys are going to hear about. And, of course, again, if you're listening to this show right now through the Unpleasant Blind Guy page at Spreaker.com, remember that the English Defense League radio show right here will air live at 8:30 p.m. in the UK and at 3:30 p.m. Eastern in the United States on Thursdays and Sundays. Okay? So, with that, please check out these great programs that you can hear on SHR Media. And this is the English Defense League radio show you're listening to right now. Here we go.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunnett. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunnett.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truth on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad. Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye.
The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini.